Back on the Immigration Hour with the NPZ Law Group, simplifying immigration for you. I'm Vijaya, talking to the NPZ power team of lawyers, and with Snehal Batra, managing attorney at NPZ's Raritan office. She's coming to us from Gujarat too. Snehal, welcome, Kemcho. How's your trip in Gujarat going so far, and what's on people's minds US immigration-wise?
Yes. Hi, Vijaya. Namaste and Kemcho to all our listeners. I'm so thrilled to be back home in India, in Gujarat. I love coming back here. But first of all, I want to take this opportunity to thank the Indian American Chamber of Commerce of Gujarat for inviting David and I this week to provide some information and education regarding U.S. immigration options through business and investment. We just completed our third seminar today in Jamnagar, Gujarat. We had a seminar in Ahmedabad and Rajkot already. And each of these cities, many people were frustrated because, they've applied for a B1, B2 visa before and they've been refused. And these are successful business owners who've been unable to get a visa. And, before they can expand their business to the US, they have to travel here to assess the market, figure out where they should form their company. I mean, how can you make an investment without first doing your due diligence, right? So first of all, if you've been rejected already, don't give up. You can reapply for the B1, B2. But it's important to find out, why you were refused. Did you fail to demonstrate non-immigrant intent, which is fairly common? Or have you been placed in administrative processing? But in any case, a visa refusal, is definitely going to hinder your plans to expand your business. In fact, just today, somebody approached me after the seminar with this problem. He said, they only asked him one question. Why was he going to the US? And he actually was going to attend a trade show. So he gave a very brief answer, trade show. And then he was just refused. It was very quick. And the whole process was like under 2 minutes, he said. So the good news is I said, look, you need to reapply. However, you need to make sure you remember a couple of these things. If you are a business person, you have to look the part, right? So if you're going to apply for that B1, wear a suit, carry a briefcase, bring brochures about your company catalog, your business card. Like, you have to look the part, because as soon as you walk in, exactly, they have to realize this is a professional, this is a business person. And make sure you explain, not only why you want to attend the trade show, but that you have to return back to India. So let's just go back to that question about the trade show. So I would explain that you have a business in this particular industry, tell them about your operations, the size, how many employees you have. In fact, you can also explain to them that you're coming to the US to open a company, maybe make an investment. And you can say you're exploring options to expand. But most importantly, that you're coming back because you got to run this business here. People are relying on you, but you've gotten to a point where expanding internationally makes sense for you. I also do recommend that you take documents with you to prove that you own a business, have sufficient money in your business account, because after all, if you are going to potentially make an investment, it's got to look legitimate. And I've said this before, they don't necessarily want to see documents, and I'm not suggesting that you just present the documents, but if they're asking you some more questions about these things, you can say, well, I do have some paperwork, I have my business bank account, I can show you proof that I own this business if you'd like to see any of this. But everything has got to make sense, because at the end of the day, that's ultimately what's going to make or break the case. So these are some tips to follow if you're considering to get to the US for business reasons, because after all, that's what we're here for now. And we're helping guide individuals here to increase their chances of getting to the US. But this applies to anybody looking to travel to the US, whether it's a tourist visa, business visa. You have to look the part. and make sure you can explain why you're coming back home.
Very good. Thank you for that, and getting those tips right from the ground, literally, and while you're there, and wishing you all the best on your trip as well, Snehal. Thank you for coming across to us from India. And that's Snehal Batra of the NPZ Law Group. If you're stuck or at the crossroads in US and Canadian immigration law, worry no more, because the NPZ Law Group is at hand to help you get the help you need. Call them at 201-670-0006 or visit visaserve.com. And when you mention Mirchi, you get a special discount off your consult. More very relevant and key pointers on immigration law with the NPZ Law Group attorneys coming up in just a bit. Stay with us, please, on Mirchi. It's hot.